Columbus Short, come to the stage. Come to the office. This is Mr. Irrelevant Columbus Short talking crazy about black women and about black men, just about black people in general. He's having some sort of mental breakdown, in my opinion. I don't know what's going on with this man. He sounds like a completely different person than what I remember growing up, watching him in movies, various things that he was in, a few things he was in, but now he's completely irrelevant and a complete kook. So now he's out here bashing black women, and I don't know what to say about it, but let's listen to it and we'll get through it. And hopefully by the end we can all have like some type of like resolution or something like that, because this is nuts.
Woman, because Columbus has a beautiful wife. She's Armenian. She's freaking gorgeous, drop dead, and sweet, pure energy as well. And so I just want to know, like, what is the difference between being with black women and being with? I'm putting you on a serious blast right now, and I know it's gonna be crazy.
It's already a stupid question. Why do we have to compare black women to other women? Like, why are we doing that? Already fail. The I don't know this woman's the first time I've come across any of her content. Apparently people know of her. I went to her page and I looked. This interview is nowhere to be found, and for good reason. But yeah, I don't know. This is, why would she ask this question? The question in and of itself was stupid. Now, he didn't have to answer the question. I wouldn't have answered the question because it's a dumb question. I would have been like, it's no difference. What do you mean? Black women are human beings just like every other woman is a human being, right? But these types of people like to act like black women are like not human for some reason, or so. It's weird. They have a weird desire to like bash black women. So, whatever. That's the question in and of itself pissed me off. Let me just say that, to say the least.
Do you feel like in the media today, there's a lot of demasculating of black men?
Absolutely.
Demasculating isn't a real word, ma'am. Demasculating isn't a real word as far as I know. Emasculating is a real word, and it doesn't mean what you think it means. It doesn't have anything to do with masculinity or femininity or anything like that. Emasculating is different than demasculating, but yeah, whatever.
Okay. We're gonna get there. I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going. Just we're jumping my time machine. We're about to jump in the DeLorean and gun it to 88. Okay. So we just went through 1886. Now we're in an hour.
Why does he sound like Terrence Howard? Why do all of these like problematic black dudes end up having the same cadence and same vocal inflections? Like, it's weird. Do you guys go to a school or something for that? This is weird. It's crazy.
1921 or 1916, where you're seeing these people removed. Then now let's get to the 50s, where the 60s, the 70s, where now crack is brought in. How many black men in New York, from Oakland to New York and everywhere in between, men were not in the home. So now
what is the difference?
Come to the 2000s, and these women, or black women, were raised by single mothers.
So he's saying that there weren't any black fathers in the home. This is where these dudes always like to start. The black father, the fatherless epidemic, right? Which I talk about that often, but I want to be clear. Most people had fathers. Like, even black people, y'all, can y'all please stop with this? Were the fathers there? To what extent? Yada, yada, yada. We can have that discussion. But most black men didn't go to prison, not even in the 80s and 90s. Most black men did not go to prison, even in the 80s and 90s. Most black fathers did not go to prison, even in the 80s and 90s. I want to say that again, because the amount of times that people who try to act like they really have this like deep care for black people, they say stuff that I don't know. I mean, I don't care if they know it or not. It just makes black people look bad, and it's unnecessary, right? Like, I don't mind telling the truth. If it's the truth and it makes us look bad, then it is what it is. But this is a lie. This is just a lie. Like, what are you doing?
absentee fathers, fathers that are either incarcerated, dead, or just gone.
Whose fault was that, by the way? I mean, did we have to sell dope? My daddy didn't have to sell it. He did, but he didn't have to. My daddy didn't have to sell it. It would make more sense. Here's what I want y'all to understand. The economy is worse now than it was in the 1980s and 70s for black people. It's worse now for us. For everybody. It's worse now for us. So if it don't make no sense for a bunch of black people to be running, a bunch of black men to be running around selling weight, selling work now in 2024, then it definitely didn't make no sense in 1984. Now, trust me, I understand systemic oppression. I'm not saying that the government didn't, put this in our neighborhoods. Like, of course they did, and they ratchet up the laws and the penalties and punishments for us, like, and they over policed us and all of that stuff. All of that has to be said, right? But he's skipping past like the choice part, like, well, just crack came and black men just had to sell crack. Like, what? And as if every black man was selling crack and or on crack. We weren't. Most black men didn't go to prison, even in the 80s and 90s. I'll say it again. He wasn't there though. He wasn't there.
Talk about
that their mama said, you don't need no you don't need no man. You can do it by yourself. So then that
was a mama's wrong? Was a mama's wrong? If and when a mama tells their daughter, black, white, or otherwise, but we talking about black women right now. If and when a black mother tells her daughter, you don't need no man, you can do it on your own, was she wrong? No. No. Not at all. And putting your trust in a nigga, it ain't, a man is not a plan. A man is not a plan. And any mother worth her weight in salt, any parent worth their weight in salt would tell their daughter the same thing. A man is not a plan. You don't need anybody to be happy. You don't need anybody to be fulfilled. You don't need anybody to succeed. Ain't nothing wrong with doing that. You want the mothers to lie to the daughters and tell the daughters that, oh, you got to be dependent on them. No. You're projecting, Columbus. Black men, stop projecting. Stop projecting. Black men, we need women. We need women to succeed. We do. We do. Women don't. Black women don't need us. Sorry. They do better without us most of the time. They do better without us most of the time. And you're mad because the moms told them that? Told them the truth? Come on, man.
Then, so that energy.
Woo, this is giving me chills.
This.
She's annoying, by the way. I've watched this video like 4 times. She annoys me. All her ad libs. You'll see. I'll take it back a little bit. Her ad libs annoy me. Everything about this woman annoys me. Columbus is by far the most annoying part about this interview. But man, oh man, her ad libs. Woo! Like he was spitting, gassing this man up. He wasn't saying nothing. He wasn't saying nothing. Terrible revisionist history. Didn't have his numbers straight. What year? He was just saying years. 1921, 1916. What happened? What are you talking about?
Self. So then that energy.
Woo, this is giving me chills.
That energy comes into the home. They're not, what you talking about? Unless you giving me this, doing that. There's no respect of them.
So basically he's saying that if a black woman has any expectations of her mate, then somehow, some way, she's not respecting him. Listen to what he said. Listen to it again. Am I wrong? Is that not what he was saying?
Self. So then that energy.
Woo, this is giving me chills.
That energy comes into the home. They're not, what you talking about? Unless you giving me this, doing that. There's no respect of the man, the black man, in that by black women, and I'm
So you're talking about the same black women that have been waiting around for 400 years for black men to get their ish together? You know what? I ain't gonna say that because that was during slavery. You talking about the same black women that's been waiting for us for 150 years to get our ish together? You talking about those black women, the most race loyal group of people in this country? And might I add, black women's success rates for marriage when they're not with black men are exceptionally high. The highest, actually. See, the thing that I find funny is when these types of dudes who have these conversations, they'll bring up like lesbians, like lesbian divorce rates, right? To be like, see, even women can't stand women. They'll do that, right? Whatever. Even though we got freaking this much data on lesbian divorces, and it's a completely different type of relationship. It's not a heterosexual relationship, but whatever. Those men will bring that up. But when you bring up the fact that black women stay married longer and have more successful relationships when they date out than any other group of people, they don't want to hear that. They la 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 la. Black women are terrible. Black women don't listen. They don't need us. Grow up. They don't need us, Columbus. They don't need us. If you want to, and that's a good thing. You guys look at that as a negative. That's a good thing that they don't need us. That's a great thing. Who wants to be needed? Oh yeah, I know who wants to be needed. I know who wants to be needed. The type of people that want to be needed are the type of people that think of themselves as low value, right? Because I don't need anybody to need me. I don't want you to be dependent on me. That's unhealthy. He don't care about black. He don't care if black women being completely functioning on their own is a good thing. It's a great thing. But we all should be like that. We should all follow their lead. They're the leaders. Let's follow them. It's not the time to chastise them. That's crazy.
Black women do not be mad at me.
They're gonna be mad.
I'm not talking about all.
They're gonna be mad at you, and they should be, and you deserve it, and you know it.
Y'all, I'm saying
they're gonna be mad.
There's a majority.
Where was your daddy at, Columbus? I don't know nothing about his upbringing. I'm really asking. Where was his daddy? You guys answer in the comments.
Of you guys that was raised without a father,
Now,
so you have no respect for that. So what's the difference?
Columbus, let me tell you something. If a woman doesn't respect you, it's because of you. I really want you to know. So here's what I'm hearing. And here's why a lot of these men they want a man in the home to raise the children, but specifically the women, the girls, because a lot of the men will just pass on their misogyny to their sons and their daughters, right? They'll set their daughters up for failure too. A lot of these men, they don't tell their daughters to be functioning human beings on their own. They tell their daughters stuff like, "Oh, if you do that, you're not gonna never find a man." That's what he was hoping for. That's what these dudes want. They want a man to be in the home to do the work of breaking that person down, to do the work of breaking that girl and that woman down before he gets there. It's like they want their food pre-chewed, pre-digested, right? And then it's easier for them to consume. That's what he's saying. Because why do you need a woman to like just respect you with like no, like you didn't earn it? You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't earn the respect. Now, we all should have a level of respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? Just I respect everybody. I respect your rights. I respect your sovereignty. I respect your space. I respect a lot of things about people just because you're a human being. But in an interpersonal relationship, that's a different type of respect. That's a different type of respect. And that's a respect that you either have to earn or a respect that you can lose, right? Because they could give you that respect off the rip, but then you can lose it by being inconsistent, by lying, by being deceptive, by being manipulative, by being controlling, by being mean, by being abusive, by being neglectful, all of these things. And now she doesn't trust you. Now she's not as respectful. That's your fault, brother. That's not her fault. That's your bad. You messed that up. What black woman do you meet just don't respect you for no reason? Y'all sound like white people talking about black people. Like just on GP, she just don't respect you? Why? Where are you meeting these people at? Seriously, where are you meeting these women at, Columbus? I'm curious. Where do all these black women exist that just don't respect black men? Where? Black men don't respect black women. You're projecting. Black men don't respect black women. Black women respect us. They like us. They like us more than we like them as a group. They respect us more than we respect them as a group. I don't want to hear y'all coming out here talking about them not respecting us. Respect them. Damn, if you want them to respect them.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let me say this really quick because I know my fan base and I know these people.
Ooh, I'm gonna
and
get
they're
in
going to
trouble.
drag
Come to the
out of you.
I'm down.
And me.
I'm down.
And me.
I've already been dragged.
So I'm going to say
used
this
to it.
though. I'm going to say this though. Because this is what they'll
Lord,
say.
I'm about to get dragged.
No, you're not. But you will. On my platform, I don't know if you see the comments, boy. But let me say this, though. I get dragged every day. It's okay. Now, what I will say is they're about to tell me I'm trying to be white because my hair is blonde in a minute. So
that's not why they were going to say you're trying to be white. Another lie. See? That's not why. They're going to say that because you guys are making a bunch of anti-black comments. Don't play in our face and act like we petty like that. Because her hair looks beautiful. Look, this what I can close my eyes and hear it now. A bunch of black women saying, you can call her a lot of things, but not ugly. They ain't gonna hate on her. She acting like black women just be hating on her. See what I'm saying? See the picture they painting? Jesus.
But I'm going to say this because this is what the black woman will say. Don't you blame the man, though, for being an absent father?
Don't you? Why don't you blame the man for being an absent father?
Made black women this way. That's what they're going to say. So I want you to answer
let me talk
that.
about it being a man. I'm going to answer all your questions.
Okay.
So let me talk about being a man. Our men, black men, find ourselves in being able to provide and being able to protect.
So he is admitting that black men are codependent because you need somebody to provide for and you need somebody to protect, right? So that you can feel like a complete man. So black men are codependent on women. We should probably stop that. That's not healthy. Right? Be a whole person on your own. Be a whole person on your own. That's important. Be a whole human being on your own. Then you meet another whole human being, and then you guys come together as a whole. That's my advice. I didn't do that, by the way. I'm not saying I did that. I was 24 when I met my wife. I was not a whole human being. I'm just saying, as a married man, as a man that's been in a relationship for 17 years, my relationship would be way further along if I was a whole human being healed up when I met my wife. Without a doubt. No doubt about it.
Father, they made black women this way. That's what they're going to say. So I want you to answer
let me talk
that.
about it being a man. I'm going to answer all your questions.
Okay.
So
black women are thriving, by the way. For all intents and purposes, black women are thriving. I mean, with all the misogynoir, all the oppressions that they face, I give them nothing but, they got nothing but respect for me. They get nothing but props for me. Thriving. I don't care. I don't care about they don't make as much money but I don't care about none of it. Black women are thriving compared to us as black men. Fix your own stuff first, brother.
Let me talk about being a man. Our men, black men, find ourselves in being able to provide and being able to protect.
Black men are codependent.
When we are denied the ability to provide, we
Black women denying the ability to provide. What does that mean? See, this be the stuff y'all be talking about. This be the stuff, this be that weird stuff y'all be saying. Like, I saw a video where this dude was saying, I can't do nothing for a woman that already got a house. That's the type of stuff Columbus talking about. When they take the ability away to provide. Why? Because she already got a degree and she makes more money than you. You can still provide for yourself. Provide for yourself. Y'all want to control these women. That's why you want to provide for them. You want to tell them the world is dangerous and they're not safe without you. That's your version of protection. Y'all don't be protecting these. Y'all don't be, we not protectors. Black men in general, we're not protectors. All right, come on. We're not protectors. Who are we protecting women from? I'll wait.
feel less than. When we are denied the ability to protect, do you know what they used to do? They used to make
This is the stupidest
families.
part.
They used to make families. Just sorry, we're gonna go deep. Take the man and have him being violated
He talking about buck breaking
in front of the wife, the kids,
By another
and
man.
by another man,
Oof.
and then thrown back into the family. And what is that woman? If you can't protect yourself from them men, how are we
He's gonna
supposed to trust
protect
you? How
So basically, you think black women are stupid. That's what I get from that comment. You think black women are stupid, as if they didn't know we were in fucking slavery. What are you talking about? Jesus, man, dude. What is wrong with you? Seriously? You're sick. That doesn't make sense. They knew we were in slavery. What would they expect us to do? They knew they was just trying to survive like we was trying to survive. You think they didn't know that? You think they was like out here judging us like, oh man, they couldn't get it. You black men couldn't get us out of slavery. That's not, sir, that's not, that's never happened. Never happened.
to protect us? So that started this. Now let's get to it. What is it about? There's cultural things. You're Persian.
Yeah.
So that Persian side, that Armenian side, that Mexican side, that Asian, Korean, Japanese, that other side.
Everybody but black women. Basically, he's saying everybody but black women. He thinks all black women are a monolith. What about Nigerian women? What about Ethiopian women? What about Jamaican women? Black Jamaican women. There's a bunch of Jamaican women. Never mind.
Is where, culturally, those women were not. Those women were taught to hold down
and be very subservient and submissive to their
but
men.
it's more.
Y'all just don't like black women, and just say that. Just say that. Like, I'm tired of. Just say you don't like black women. Say, old girl need to just come out and say that she was too light for the dark women and too dark for the light women. I don't know what the hell her problem is with black women. She Persian, by the way, apparently. And Columbus Short sound like a run-of-the-mill black man, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he sound like a run-of-the-mill black man. I know what our problem is. No, I got us. I don't know what that woman problem is, though. But y'all just need to come clean and just say you don't like black women at this point. Because y'all not making no damn sense whatsoever. You just saying stuff.
Than subservience. It's don't get it twisted. I know you know how to cuss the thorough man, cuss a man out thoroughly, but as soon as you cussing him, you still making dinner, you still washing his clothes, you still cleaning the house, and you're not doing that with.
So he wants a wife slave. He said all of that to say he wants a wife slave that is dependent on him so that he can abuse her financially and emotionally and physically. That's what I'm getting from what he's saying. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
This is my job. That's just what you were trained to do. And I think that kind of training, how you want to ride in a Bugatti.
What the homegirls say, they don't want soulmates, they want cellmates. These men don't want soulmates, they want cellmates. Yeah. Cold game like cocaine, he said. Crazy. Let's take it back a little bit.
Still making dinner, you're still washing his clothes, you're still cleaning the house. And you're not doing that with, this is my job. That's just what you were trained to do.
And what are you
And
doing?
I think that kind of training, how you want to ride in a Bugatti, how you want to go on a yacht, but you don't know how to wash your own clothes. You don't know how to vacuum.
What do those two things have to do with each other? The only way that you will allow a woman to ride in your Bugatti that you don't have, or go on a trip on the yacht that you don't have, is if she knows how to cook and clean.
You don't know how to you don't know how to cook, girl. You don't even know how to cook. So you know what I'm saying?
Do you know how to cook? Not everybody can cook. Cooking is an art, by the way. Cooking is definitely an art. It's a skill that you can hone, but cooking is an art as well.
I'm not saying that's all black women. I'm just saying let's get
at the very end, he wants to say it's not all black women, but it's most.
down to it. Ooh, I'm in trouble.
Ooh, I'm in trouble. You don't
still
care.
making dinner. You want, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Hey, who gonna put the money on your books? I put the money on. No, you can go to jail. Take your black just motherfucker for you. So how some, it's a different energy.
Of a black woman.
It's not like maybe. Okay, thank you for your criticism. Thank you for your honest. To it. Ooh, I'm in trouble.
His rendition of a black woman, his impersonation of a black
still
woman.
Making dinner. You want, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Hey, who gonna put the money on your books? I put the money on. No, you can go to jail. Take your black just motherfucker for you. So how some, it's a different energy.
Okay.
It's not like maybe. Okay. Thank you for your criticism. Thank you for your honest, constructive criticism. And, we can get it better. Or cook it for yourself.
Yeah.
You want a cup of noodle? You want some ramen? Somebody else come.
Difference between being with a woman, because
them women don't like you, Columbus. That's why they was talking to you like that. I see why. 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 Them women don't like you. That's what that was, man. That's what that was. Them women didn't like you. And for good reason. And for good reason. I completely understand why they didn't like you. Without a doubt. All of that vitriol, all of that hate, that boy got mommy wounds just dripping over everybody. Wide open. I got one question though. Not one. I got a lot of stuff to say, but I'm going to wrap it up here. If the fathers weren't in the home for the daughters and it impacted the daughters negatively, what did that do to the sons? Come back to me when you got an answer for that one, Mr. Columbus. Because y'all swear that we grew up in different houses or something like that. I had a sister. She grew up in the same house as me. I had a brother and a sister. The women grew up in the same house with us. Shout out to all the black mamas telling their black daughters that they don't need no man and they can do it on their own and they can get it out the mud on their own and all of that stuff. 100% they can. 100% they can and they do all the time. And do. Good night.